What's up, guys and gals? Iceman here. Welcome to Horrors of the North. This is my new YouTube channel, so make sure to like this video and subscribe to this page, as these are the best horror stories on YouTube. So let's get into it. The sun hung high over the vast expanse of Yellowstone's fringe lands, casting a golden hue on the wild grasses that swayed like whispers in the breeze. Emily and Jake had driven from their cozy apartment in Bozeman, seeking a romantic escape from the city's humdrum. Emily, with her sun-kissed skin and cascading auburn hair, looked ethereal in her light blue sundress that fluttered around her toned legs. Jake, the charmer, sported a chiseled jawline that could cut grass, framed by a day's stubble that added to his rugged appeal. They were in their mid-20s, deeply in love, and this picnic was meant to be the highlight of their weekend. As they hiked the short trail to their chosen spot, a secluded meadow bordered by dense pines, they spotted it, a lone grizzly bear, ambling across a distant ridge. Its massive form, cloaked in shaggy brown fur, moved with a deliberate grace that commanded respect. "Look at that," Jake whispered, pulling Emily close. She gasped, her green eyes wide with awe. "It's majestic, like something out of a documentary." They stood frozen, watching the beast sniff the air before vanishing into the underbrush. A thrill ran through them, the wild's raw power adding an edge to their adventure. Little did they know the bear had caught their scent, too. They spread out the checkered blanket in the meadow, unpacking sandwiches, fresh fruit, and a bottle of chilled rosé. Emily lounged back, her sundress riding up slightly to reveal the smooth curve of her thigh. Jake couldn't take his eyes off her. "You know, you're even more beautiful out here," he said, his voice low and teasing. She laughed, a melodic sound that echoed softly. "Flatterer, come here." They leaned in, flirting with light touches and shared glances. His hand traced her arm, sending shivers down her spine. Their lips met in a slow, passionate kiss, the world fading around them. The taste of wine lingered as they pulled apart, breathless. But nature called. "Be right back," Jake murmured, planting one last peck on her forehead. "Gotta take a leak." He wandered off toward a cluster of bushes about 50 yards away, unzipping as he went. Emily stretched out on the blanket, closing her eyes to soak in the sun, humming a tune under her breath. The attack came without warning. A low guttural growl shattered the peace, and Emily's eyes snapped open to see the grizzly bursting from the tree line. Its yellowed teeth barred in a snarl. It was the same one from earlier. Enormous, over 800 pounds of muscle and fury. She screamed, scrambling backward, but the bear was on her in seconds. Its massive paw swatted her like a rag doll, claws raking across her shoulder, tearing the sundress and drawing blood. Pain exploded through her body as she hit the ground, the metallic tang of blood filling her mouth. "Emily!" Jake's voice cut through the chaos. He came sprinting back, pants still around his ankles, tripping slightly but regaining his footing. The bear turned its head, eyes locking on him with primal indifference. Jake lunged forward, but the grizzly charged, slamming into him like a freight train. He went down hard, the wind knocked out of him, his exposed skin scraping against the dirt. The bear's hot breath washed over his face, its jaws inches from his throat. Panting, the bear retreated momentarily, turning back to Emily. She was dazed, blood soaking her dress, but alive. The bear clamped its jaws around her skinny little ankle, dragging her toward the thicket. Her screams pierced the air. "Jake, help!" as thorns and branches clawed at her skin. Jake staggered to his feet, yanking up his pants with one hand while scanning desperately for a weapon. Spotting a fallen branch as thick as his arm, he grabbed it and charged, bellowing like a madman. "Get away from her!" He swung the stick with all his might, cracking it against the bear's flank. The grizzly roared, releasing Emily and wheeling around. She collapsed in a heap, whimpering, her leg mangled and useless. The bear pounced on Jake, its weight crushing him to the earth. Claws shredded his shirt and chest, deep gashes opening like crimson rivers. He fought back, punching and kicking, but it was futile. The final blow came, a savage bite to his spine. Something snapped inside him, a white, hot agony that faded into numbness. His body went limp, paralyzed from the neck down. He couldn't move, couldn't scream, but his eyes worked. He could see everything. The bear loomed over him, its fur matted with blood, his and Emily's. Emily lay there, her beautiful face twisted in horror, tears streaming as she whispered his name. "Jake! Oh, God!" The grizzly, as if sensing his helplessness, did something grotesque. It turned its back to him, squatted, and defecated, a steaming pile of foul-smelling scat landing on his chest. Then, with deliberate malice, it backed up and rubbed its hindquarters across his body, spearing the mess into his wounds, marking him as conquered territory. The stench was overwhelming, a humiliating violation that burned into his soul. Jake's mind screamed, but his body remained a statue, eyes wide and unblinking. Satisfied, the bear lumbered back to Emily. She tried to crawl away, her sundress now a tattered ruin, but her injuries were too severe. The grizzly seized her by the arm, dragging her deeper into the woods. Her cries grew fainter, pleading. "No, please, Jake." He watched helplessly as the underbrush swallowed them. From the shadows came the sounds, wet tearing, crunching bones, her final gurgling screams. The bear was feasting, ripping into her flesh while she was still alive. Her beauty desecrated in the most primal way. Jake lay there, the sun dipping lower, casting long shadows. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. Time blurred in his torment. Flies buzzed around the scat on his chest, the blood drying in the cooling air. He could feel nothing below his neck, but his mind was a whirlwind of agony and regret. Why'd they come here? Why hadn't he protected her? The bear emerged eventually, muzzle stained red, licking its chops. It glanced at him once, indifferent, then vanished into the wilderness. Night fell, stars wheeling overhead. Jake remained alive, trapped in his broken shell. The echo of Emily's screams haunting him. Rescue might come, or wolves might finish the job. But in that moment, as the cold seeped in, he prayed for death to claim him before the bear returned.